the American Outdoor Adventure, making it happen with the support of the Remington 700 series, Bushnell's HDMR, the Horus Reticle, Aimpoint's Micro T, and LaRue Tactical's Picatinny Return to Zero scope mounts. You're watching the American Outdoor Adventure. Go make it happen.
Yesterday, Chance and Jimmy and I were up prairie dog hunting, and Chance had these Bushnell scopes mounted on his rifles, and Jimmy was shooting a 22-250 with his mil-dot scope, and I was shooting a 243 with my mil-dot. And we were basically, a day like today, kind of windy, and we were having some issues with holdover and wind and not quite knowing what we were doing. And we were watching Chance shoot, and every time he shot, he was just nailing prairie dogs, you know, anything from 100 to 300 yards. So I said, Chance, you know, what are you doing? He said, well, I got these Bushnell scopes on them and on my rifles, and they got this Horus Vision reticle in it. And he kind of, you know, briefly explained it, and I said, well, you know, what's the chances of us running up to the range this afternoon maybe? And you kind of showing me some pointers, and Jimmy as well. I mean, we both shoot a lot, but obviously we were lacking in, you know, in the consistency that Chance was showing us. So we went up to the range yesterday afternoon, and I had a Remington 700 223 that Chance mounted a Bushnell scope on it with that Horus Vision reticle.
All right, you point 3 high and point, so come down point 3. So pull that turret straight out. The beauty on that with that Horus reticle, you can actually, that's all I did was measure, because it's mils with a mil turret. So I just measured down and left how many mils he was, and then you just reverse it, and that's what he's going to come up. Okay. That was dead center.
Yeah, right on the money.
Within 3 rounds, I was zeroed. And consistently after that, I was shooting up to 600 yards. Consistent hits, anything from 100, 200, 300, 500, 600 yards.
Same spot. All right, now.
And then he came out with another scope, and he says, you know what if you're up in Alaska and you break your scope? And I mean, what are you going to do?
If you notice throughout any of the video, we're all running these on my guns. I run all these LaRue mounts on my LaRue guns. I run them on my ARs. I run them on my Remingtons. They take in the return to zero accuracy. We're going to show you here in a minute. We're going to pull his scope off. We're going to put this one on, zero this scope, take this scope off, put his original one back on, and that original one is the one he's going to hunt with tomorrow. And then during the day tomorrow, we're going to pull that one off, put this one on, and go at it. We're going to make it happen.
He pulled my scope off, put this other scope on, we zeroed it, and then he took it off, put my old scope back on, and we came out here today, prairie dog hunting again.
5, 4, 3. All right, find one and then talk us onto it. All right, 0.5 winds directly in your face, 0 value. Go ahead and take the shot when you're ready. Oh, smoked it. Nice shot. Here you go. Give me some.
And I was shooting prairie dogs, 100, 200, 300 yards, and all of a sudden he goes, you know what?
But guess what time it is?
Time to shoot another prairie dog?
No, we're going to take your scope off.
I'm like, what, are you nuts? I'm zeroed in on everything. I don't have any problems. He goes, no, I'm going to show you something. He pulled my scope off.
All right, remember, you zeroed this yesterday.
Put it on my rifle and said, okay, there's a prairie dog out there. See what you can do. He told me what my holdover was on it.
It's a 0.12 hold.
Squeezed the round. Prairie dogs was down. I mean, end of story. And I've been shooting with that scope, you know, for over the last hour and a half, and consistently hitting, you know, 2 out of 3 prairie dogs. At some of it's my old age and a little bit of the wind, but I mean, that scope is zero. And I mean, I could just take it off now, put the other scope back on. It's unbelievable. I'm just sold on these scopes, and that LaRue mount is just unbelievable. I've never envisioned anything like that, and I can guarantee it's going to be one of the first purchases I make.
The American Outdoor Adventure, making it happen with the support of the Remington 700 series, Bushnell's HDMR, the Horus Reticle, Aimpoint's Micro T, and LaRue Tactical's Picatinny Return to Zero scope mounts. You're watching the American Outdoor Adventure. Go make it happen.